Hi, my name is Martyna and I'm the Youth Ambassador for Ocean Research and Conservation Ireland. So in this video I'm going to be talking about Harvard reference, what is Harvard referencing and the right way to use it. So let's start off with what is Harvard referencing. So Harvard referencing is a way of mentioning or citing a source of information in a book or article, and it is most commonly used by university students. However, it can be used by anyone, anywhere. And there are two types of Harvard referencing. They can be in reference list, or they're called in-text citations. So you follow a certain layout when Harvard referencing, but it depends on the amount of authors there were. So let's start with, if a book or journal has, or any other text, has one author, in a reference list, you follow this layout. So you put the author or editor's last name first, then their initials, then the year, the title, the edition, the place of publication, and the publisher. So that is the layout you use, and reference lists are at the end of a text, so all of the sources have been listed at the end of a text to avoid like plagiarism and yeah. So then when using Harvard referencing an in-text citation, which is in the text as it says, so if you're in a text and it says a sentence and then that could be taken from a different book or source, then you put an in-text citation in the text to show that this was by this author or authors. So you can either use an indirect quotation or a direct quotation when using in-text citation. So an indirect quotation is when you're taking the information but you're putting it into your own words. So with that layout, if you're doing that where you're changing the words up a bit but this is the source, then you put the author's last name and the year, and you can put that in brackets if you like. And then for a direct quotation, you put the author's last name, the year, and the page number, and you can put that in brackets also. So that's basically the skeleton. So then if you have a book or journal with two authors, when writing a reference list, you use the same layout. It's just you put the first author's last name and the initials, and the second author's last name and the initials. So in Harvard referencing, the first author that's is stated or shown is usually the author that did the most work. Like obviously everyone else collaborated and helped out and did a lot of the work as well, but the first author is the one that did the most work. So you use the same layout as for one author. It's just you put two authors' last names and initials, and then you put the year, the title, the city of publication, and the publisher. And then when using an in-text citation when there are two authors, then you put the first author last name and second author's last name and the year, and that can be in brackets. And then for a direct quotation, the author's last name, the second author's last name, the year, and the page number, and that can also be in brackets. Now, when there is a book or journal with more than three authors, when writing a reference list, then the layout is the author's names, the year, the title, the place of publication, and the publishing company. And then when you're using an in-text citation, that was for a reference list, and then when you're using an in-text citation, then you put the first author's last name, étal, and the year. So there's a lot to Harvard referencing, but it's quite simple when you actually get into it and you get used to using it. So that's pretty much on Harvard everything that I have to say on Harvard referencing. Hope this was helpful in any way, shape, or form. Okay, thanks.